All right, what's good, boys? So I just want to show you guys right now. I'm banned for 30 days, and I just want to explain to you guys my part of the story and show you guys the replays from the Cash Cup and all that. But also say what's up to Seabass. I'm on a call with Seabass right now. He just wanted to be here with me. Say what's up.
Guys, what's going on? So yeah, I'm here to kind of just help Danny share a little bit of this perspective. Obviously, we learned about the ban 2 days ago. So for anyone who's listening who's not familiar, I'm Seabass. I'm behind the scenes with Faze Clan, and I work closely on a lot of the things we do, including Fortnite. And when we saw the original video that got posted, I think we had a pretty similar response, just to be honest, that a lot of the community did was like, what was like an eyebrow raise, like what's going on here, right? Like what are we looking at? Why did this happen? You know, we kind of wanted answers, and it was definitely concerning. But the more that we talked to Danny about it, the more we looked into it, and after we saw the footage from every single game that was played in this tournament, Danny recorded it all a couple days ago. He sent it to us. We went through all of it, and you know, we all individually at the company came away with the understanding that there's nothing wrong with any of the way that this played out. And it became clear that one of two things had happened. Either the video that got posted maybe had some malicious intent, or maybe it just got taken the wrong way. Why it was posted isn't really important. The only fact of the matter is just that it's clear that it got turned into something that it wasn't. And unfortunately, it's pretty easy to draw some false opinions based on a pretty short amount of information. So what we're doing here today to bring this back on the topic is we're going to go through those replays just like we saw ourselves. Unfortunately, as Danny will show you, he can't actually go into the game and look at them anymore because his account's been restricted. But like we said, he already recorded them all and sent them to us earlier, so he still has them. And you can load those up now.
All right, yeah. So pretty much, I can't watch replays because I'm banned. So I have them recorded because I sent them to my manager. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys those because I can't watch the replays. So let me pull them up. But yeah, I pretty much just want to show you guys my perspective and just watch through and show you guys my thought process and everything. Alright, so like I have all 6 games like already recorded. This was from a couple days ago. So I'm just going to start off with game 1 and then go through like 1 through 6. I gotta turn this down. Alright. So pretty much, you guys are gonna notice I land at the same building every game, right? I do my same loot path, same everything, every game. Alright? So you guys just watch.
So as we're going through this, you can kind of explain a little bit more as well. Obviously the season's a little bit over 2 months old now. Have you been coming here from the start? Like, is this a new loot path for you? Have you been coming here and taking the same path for months? Like how long is it taking you to come up with this route?
Yeah, so it's important for like everyone to know that I've been literally landing here and doing this exact loot path for like literally the past 2 months, I would say, like just scrimming, right? So I just land same building every game, do the same loot path, same rotations every game from scrims. So I always do this. So I always start by gliding down, scouting for Tina because she has the key card and the boom bow, and then I always get the key card and then go straight to the vault. So like this is my loot path, loot, and then I loot down here. And I normally don't fight off spawn unless I fight for the key card or if somebody's in my way or if I need loot or something. So like literally you're just gonna watch me looting like any other pro and not really trying to fight off spawn. That's what I normally do. So right here, I'm getting the henchman bolt. I mean the henchman heavy sniper. So as I scouted before, I knew Tina was over there at that island.
And so like, for anybody who's watching, obviously a lot of people who are watching are pretty familiar with the bosses in this season, but a lot of people who are watching might not be. So just quickly explain to them, the importance of finding Tina and how that affects your loot path.
Okay, so pretty much, the whole reason I land at the rig is to get the vault. Wait, I gotta mute this. Okay, so the whole reason I land at the rig is to get the vault, right? And the only way to get the vault is to get Tina. So I do that literally every game. So these kids are fighting. I'm not really trying to fight. I'm just trying to grab the key card. I still grab the boom bow. But this is the recording I sent to my manager. Alright, so I got the key card. Not really trying to fight off spawn. So now I'm just dipping.
Right, so again, you should actually probably pause it there, because I just want to make sure we keep giving the understanding to people who don't know, right? Because a lot of people saw 1 minute worth of this, but they might not even play Fortnite competitively. So the reason that you went in there in an area with so many people, killed one AI and left, was because, as you said, your purpose for landing here, the reason you've been landing here for 2 months, is because you want the vault. So in this season in Fortnite, there's 5 vaults, and they contain a ridiculous amount of loot, like enough loot for a squad plus more people. And the chance of Danny walking over there and killing every player he sees every time in every lobby, even at high level lobbies, which is the ones that he's playing at, are pretty low compared to his chances of finding success in the game later if he's able to get the loot that's in the vault and take it with him to the end game. Right? So a lot of people might see this footage and be like, oh, well, he's like not shooting at these people. Clearly, something's up. When really that's not the case at all. That's just how high level Fortnite's played, especially in an area on the map like the rig, where the priority isn't other players, but it's the loot that's in the vault.
Exactly. All right. And then I'm dipping, playing late game.
All right, you can start up.
Yep. I think it's like a 10-second delay. And so you're gonna see this literally every game. Waffles is hiding from me, right? So I'm doing my loot path, right? Waffles never once shoots at me or tries to push me, W key me, or anything. So I'm doing my normal loot path. Gotta grab this pad. And then right now my plan is to just grab the vault and dip. I'm not trying to really fight anybody. Just trying to loot up and then play late game, get my placement points. Look, Waffles is literally hiding in that building. Didn't even have a 1x1 on top of his building or anything.
I can go into the flying mode.
Right. And again, for you, that means that he's not trying to fight you, right? And that doesn't go for him specifically. That goes for any player you run into in a tournament like this, right? Like, it's pretty clear if he's not shooting at you, he probably has a similar desire like you, which is to make it out of spawn alive, right? So by him not shooting at you, he's taking this is how the majority of players play their early game, which is by not taking open shots. Even if, maybe he could have got a couple tags on you, but if he does that, then you think that he wants to fight.
Exactly.
Right, and he doesn't want to take that fight, so he might not shoot at you at all throughout the course of this. Right, and that's something that a lot of people just don't understand, because again, like,
that's what I always do.
different lobbies in Fortnite play out very differently, where like, in a public match, if you see someone, you're gonna shoot them. But just like we talked about how Dub's goal here is just to make it to the end game because of the level of competition in this lobby, that's the same for everybody else in the lobby too, so they share a similar understanding about that.
Yeah, and like literally every pro knows it's not smart to like fight off spawn. So, okay, that's game 1. So I'm gonna show all 6 games. So this is the next game.
Now, people still do it. There are some players who still choose
unless
to take
you're
it
unknown and you have aim assist, then you just jump in boxes.
But that's for anyone who's watched Dub's playstyle over the course of a year plus, that's not his playstyle.
Yeah, at least for off spawn. I do like to get kills, but not really off spawn. Literally. Oh, okay. So this is what I'm doing my mouse for. I'll just play it back and use the audio I had I sent to my manager.
Game 2. I just
filmed this, but I accidentally stopped recording instead of starting it. All right, here's game 2. So here I'm scouting. Okay, so since it's a hot drop, I have a lot of time to scout. So I see that she's right there at the top left at that building, and I didn't see her anywhere else, so she's right there. So I noticed she was right there. So now my plan is to loot and then go get Tina. Like that's always my plan. Like I've done it in scrims for the past like month, practicing for the solo FNCS, and I always scout for Tina and then loot up and then WP anybody who lands on Tina, or just go get Tina and get the key card. So like that's my plan. All right, so pretty much what I was saying right there is I just drop in. I saw Tina over on the other side, like I'll pause it, like to the left at the other building, what I was like circling with my mouse. So I saw Tina over there. So now my plan, I just loot up, do my little loot path, and then I'm gonna go get Tina and then get the vault and I'm out. It's like same strat. I need to get a new PC. My shit's so laggy.
So over the course of like when you're playing cash cups, you know, qualifiers, solo, whatever, scrims, just over the course of all the competitive games you play that you land at rig, how often would you think that you get Tina and you get in the vault? Like what's the percentage rate?
Literally, wait, did you say in scrims or what?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say every game. Every game, wherever Tina is, literally wherever Tina is, I always push that person or push to get Tina and then go back straight to the vault. Like that is my strat. So sometimes what I do if I have no shield, I try to sneak under this building and steal the extra loot. Because I don't usually go and loot this house. I'm showing all my early game strats. So what I'm saying right here is I got no shield at my building. So I like snuck under and stole the loot from this building. And then I was going to run back and go get Tina. Waffles here. Doesn't W key me. And I'm not really trying to fight. So obviously I'm dipping. Because there's no reason for me to fight right there. So now I'm dipping. I'm going to go get Tina. Yo, is it lagging?
A little bit, but not too much.
So right now I'm looking for a snipe. I'm just scouting. I know Tina was over there and I saw that it was looted. So I knew there was a guy over there. So I saw those builds and I saw Tina earlier. Alright, so now my strat right here. I'm about to push this building. I saw some builds. So I'm just looting up, getting some mats before I go push that building. And I saw vault wasn't open. So obviously I'm like, okay, that kid's probably sitting in that building waiting for everybody to leave rig. Because this is what people do in scrims. People will literally land on Tina, get the key card, and then like hide, bro. Like literally hide and wait for everyone to rotate out so that they can get the vault. But this is a custom format, so you want the pad. Like that's my strat, so obviously I'm gonna push this kid. Scared of me at the rig. They'll never go for the vault because they know I'll key them. That's what I was saying there. Waffles is third partying me there. Waffles is sitting in that other building, not pushing. He did take some third party shots, but he literally was just hiding. I'm pretty sure I attacked this kid for like 4 times. Look, attack him 20 there.
Yeah, great attack.
Get his wall because I'm 0 ping. Wait, chat can't hear me?
I can hear you.
No, can chat hear me?
I'm not sure. Here, pause the video.
No, we can. It was just no, never mind. We're good. Doing my strat that I've been doing in scrims for the
That's a lot of yeses.
Yeah. All right, so I'm
I
chilling.
hear you.
So I shit on that kid, even though I had a great tack. So same thing as every other game I've been doing in scrims and everything. I'm going straight to Volt, and then I'm dipping. And then I'm playing late game.
Waffles is just hiding.
So if you were the other player in this situation, right? You're Waffles. If that's you and you're at the rig, how would you play that out? You're on one side of the rig. There's two
And
guys
s-
fighting on
and
the other.
somebody's-
They have the card. What
So
would you
if
do?
somebody, I would honestly play it like he's playing. I would literally sit and farm and wait until I know the person left the Volt and left it all like looted and shit. Cause I know there's gonna be extra loot. Like with anybody with a brain
Yeah, so I mean,
knows.
just pause it. Like you can
Yeah.
can see what's on the ground right now that's not being carried by him, and this is a solos
Look,
format.
I'll rewind it. Okay. Look. Heavy sniper, 6 minis, medkits, bandage bazooka. Literally everything you need, like, to win a game, you can secondhand loot and get from a Volt. Like, you could literally, this is a strat I'm sure people do. They probably tank zone and then loot the Volts that people leave. Like, this is a strat. Like, Waffles is clearly doing that. He's just,
Yeah, without question. I mean, you're close enough to Slurpee that you can fish. You can heal up if you need to. There's a ton of boats around. You usually leave. If I'm correct, you usually use a boat to leave, so he's gonna know that you've gone in the first place.
yeah.
So it's definitely viable.
Okay, so I'll keep playing it.
So normally I would already be looting. I mean, I would already be out of here because I got 6 minis and 2 bigs. I mean, yeah.
Actually, I recently watched Kiriachi's team sit in the storm beside rig
At rig.
in the Slurpee section of it for like 2+ minutes while the zone had left,
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
for the team. Now, granted, Kiriachi plays Fortnite a little bit differently, so they weren't waiting for the vault loot; they were waiting to kill the team that had left the vault.
Yeah,
But similar logic.
exactly.
I just swim over, and then yeah, I'm out. Waffles hit for me, did push me, and then I guess he went and cleaned up the loot.
It's literally like
Some shield.
solos. There's always gonna be so much extra loot at every Volt that I'm sure same shit happens at every mythic POI. Like I'm sure if somebody could go in replays and check other mythic POIs, and I'm sure you can see somebody, probably the same person, going in and looting the Volt, like secondhand looting.
Yeah, it happens in a lot of
Multiple
other
games,
POIs,
yeah.
but also it doesn't. And the point is just that like, everybody plays Fortnite the way that they want to, right? Like I mean, everyone who watched the duos FNCS unfold this season saw that a lot of people who went Grotto chose to fight instead of taking turns, and that's fine, right? It's a 100-player battle royale format. You can play it however you want to. The point is just that this is the way that Dubs chose to play, right? And this is the way that worked for him. Was not taking those fights to get the vault, and it's clear that it worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah. All right. So instead of me explaining
Okay, so
over
let's
top
get
of the
into
video,
this
I'm just gonna let the video play.
So right here, I'm scouting. I saw there was no Tina right here at shipments where she spawns usually. There was no Tina at the reboot van, which is directly under me, and you can't see it because on replay mode, like the map is right here. Usually the map's at the other corner, but I scouted the bottom right as well. So that leaves 2 spots where Tina could spawn. To the left over there at the docks, where my mouse is, and then back there at the satellite building. Those are the only other 2 spots that she could spawn that I did not see.
Alright, so does that make sense, chat? So pretty much what I'm saying is every game, you're gonna see me do this every game. I always scout for Tina. So I knew it was 1 or 2 other spawns left. And obviously, okay, I'm rewinding it. Okay, so I got in. I'm gonna just explain it again. I scout down here, no Tina. I saw there was no Tina at the bottom right, which you can't see in the replay mode because the map. I scouted right there, no Tina.
There was no.
And right here, which was no Tina. So, like I said already, there was only this spot left and this spot left. So my instinct at rig, hold on. Okay, so what I always do at rig is I land and scout, but usually if I'm too low, I have to loot and then scout. But if I'm too high, I scout while I'm gliding in, if that makes sense. So right here, I'm too low, pretty much can't scout all the drops, so I land and then scout. Okay, now that makes sense more. I can fast forward it. So land, loot a little bit, and you can hear in the replay, I hear gunshots. Hear gunshots.
Every other game, I knew where Tina was before, so I go over here, I'm scouting for Tina.
And there's a kid out in the open. Why in the world would I not shoot this kid?
Why would I not shoot?
Like, you have to be an idiot to not shoot or go look over there.
In the video, and they think we're teaming
Cause this is a custom format.
out in the open at one of the
All right.
spawns.
So then I'm doing my normal loot path and I'm looting.
Obviously, I would shoot that kid if he's out in the open when I'm scouting for Tina. Alright, so game 3 pretty much same stuff. Just loot up. Do my normal loot path.
Oh my god, I'm so stacked.
And I didn't see Tina on that dock, so I figured she was somewhere else that I didn't see. So it was like,
So what's the thought in your mind right now at this point in the game on how you're gonna get in the vault?
Okay, so right now, I scouted that, didn't see a Tina or anything. So I'm like, okay, that leaves Tina must be on satellite building.
so she was behind
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna loot a little bit, and then Tina's here. Which, so if I go back in the replay, when I'm gliding in, or wait, you might be able to see it here. Okay, you see her up here where I'm circling? She was hiding behind one of the crates, which I didn't see because I was too low. So she's hiding behind one of the crates, which I didn't see. And then I fast forward it. All right, so I get Tina.
shipping containers and I didn't see that. So get Tina. Grab the key card.
Literally same thing I've been doing every game. Waffles is still hiding. Waffles is hiding in there, bro. Like, how am I supposed to know somebody's hiding in a building?
Again.
So then it's the same strat. I loot up, grab the vault, and then I'm out.
Grab the bolt.
Just do my normal loot path.
I even scouted to see if there was anybody around me. Literally no one around. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for heavy sniper. I was also scouting. So I saw a heavy sniper right here.
Yeah, heavy snipers are free refreshes.
Go kill him, get his heavy sniper.
And I think there's like a couple spawns at rig.
At this point, I think no one else is around. So I'm chilling. This Waffles is literally hiding. I farm up. I needed metal. Farming. And this whole building was unlooted, so I'd obviously loot it. Got the heavy sniper
At this point, how was the tournament going for you?
right now.
I needed like
Sign of anyone else at rig.
I needed like 2 good games to like pop off and win. So I was like, I wanted to win this game. So I was trying to get as much like loot and everything as I could.
Normal strat, and I'm out.
I got heavy shot head snipe though, first game. So that like threw off my momentum. Okay, I think that was game 3 or something. Game 3. All right, next game.
Okay, wait.
All right.
Alright, land at my normal building, do my same strat. Loot up. I'm just gonna.
Literally, I do the same loot path every single game,
Alright, loot up.
which every pro does.
Path. Oh, crap, I don't know. Should I rewind it and see when I scouted?
Oh, you saw Tina there.
It's
If you didn't see it,
got
I don't know at this point in the game if I saw it or not. I think I did though.
I didn't see. I'll just play the whole VOD out. Normal loot path. After I loot, I probably look around for Tina. Unless I already know where she is. I might already have scouted her. This guy had the heavy sniper. Got the heavy sniper. Wow, I'm quick. Alright, no.
Literally normal loot path, looting up, doing my thing. I'm pretty sure I knew Tina was over there. I'm not sure though.
Okay, so I thought I heard Tina up here, but it was just a henchman. I remember this. I remember thinking Tina spawned up here because I heard the like the noise those dudes make, and I thought it was Tina. Grab this big pot, and I think there was another chest. Oh, I looted this chest. I think I heard Tina up there and thought it was Tina. No, wait, let's see. Forget what happens.
Alright, don't watch this. I'm botting out.
There's me botting out. Oh,
Just that.
Yeah, I bought it out. I bought it out right there. Okay, this kid kept tagging me.
oh, that's what I was doing. This building was unlooted, so
That kid was so annoying.
I had to be like a henchman dude to like open this chest, and I remember I kept getting mad that I kept getting tagged. I totally forgot I had to be a henchman for this. I forgot. I think I realized right here. Alright, so I realized I had to be a henchman. Go back. Wait, so that kid was just sitting rig. If somebody sits at rig and tags me, I 99% of the time, like this.
This kid was griefing me. So like I was saying earlier, I literally only fight somebody if they're in my way, or I need loot, or I need to go get Tina keycard or something. Right, chat? So that's like every normal pro off spawn. So this kid kept griefing me. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm pushing this kid. Because I don't even know where Tina is at this point in the game.
This is what I do in scrims. If somebody shoots
And I only got 10 points from last game, so I did. Alright, so this kid gets pissed on.
shit on. And Waffle shot at me. But he didn't hit.
Had to hit the little emote.
Do a little dance. So he knows who's boss. Loot up. There's Waffles hiding in the building.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that just kind of goes to illustrate why in the first 3 games, Danny wasn't getting shot at, because that's what happens when you shoot at dubs.
Yes, exactly. And I've been doing that in scrims forever. Like, someone is trying to grief me or anything, I usually just shit on them because they're
Because
bots.
if this is a custom,
And
right,
I'm the
they
best
know
player
that
in the
that's
game.
you, right? Waffles or whoever it is in that situation, doesn't matter who the person is, but this is a custom format, same 100 people every lobby, so they know it's you,
Yes.
right? And I mean, everyone in that lobby, everyone in the Fortnite space knows how good Dubs is, especially at fighting, especially in a solo format, right? So like, you kind of saw it all illustrated right there. Is like in the first 3 games, he didn't take those fights because he wasn't getting shot at, and the reason he wasn't getting shot at was illustrated in game 4 when someone decided to shoot at him, instigating a fight, right? Dubs being shot at to Dubs meant, oh, so you want to take this fight, and it ended pretty quickly for the other player.
Yes,
And
exactly.
when it's a custom format, all those other games, those other people who are at the rig who aren't shooting at Dubs know that it's Dubs, and they probably don't want to take that fight, right? It's probably not in their best interest. So again, that's just it's one of the things that people who really aren't as heavily involved in the space or might not play at a high level really understand, because to some extent, right? And I completely get it, right? You'd look at it and you're like, oh, why aren't they fighting? Why aren't you shooting at him? Why aren't you getting a tag? And it's because when you know who the other players are, and when you see them at the same place repeatedly over the course of months, you might not want it to turn into a fight every time you go there, right? Just like you said, you've been going to rig for months. I'm sure the same is true for Waffles. And but again, it's not even just about him, it's about anyone. Like, if you know you're going to be running into Dubs, a very strong player, at a POI for months over the course of a season, it makes perfect sense that it's in your best interest to not make him think you always want to fight him. And that's why in the first 3 games, actually in all of these games, he made it out alive and he got the vault loot, right? This other player was able to get that loot, able to leave alive. Whereas the one example we showed where someone else tried to take the fight, they died for it.
Exactly. And like that's a thing people do. Like, it's smart to play around other people. Like, we play pro scrims. Like I would say 90% of the people in this custom format game. Okay, so look, this kid, I have no idea he's here. So this kid's trying to fight. All right, anyway, so I'm fighting this kid because he shot at me first, and he's trying to fight me. So I pissed on him. But anyways, like I was saying, so everybody loots and does the same stuff every game. Like, I've been doing this loot path for the past 2 months in scrims, and like, people play around your loot path. Like, if Unknown is landing Slurpee, like, say you always see him W king at Slurpee, like, why the hell would you go and say you need a 10 kill game to win a tournament? Like, why would you W key Slurpee if you know he's there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, nobody on EU right now goes anywhere near Slurpee because Kiriachi will fight you.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody who was watching Fortnite a few months ago saw how in every trios week, Mongrel, Mitro, and Benji just stomped anyone who came to retail. And it got to the point where, despite the fact that in Season 10, Retail Row was probably like the most overpowered loot spot in the history of the game, it got to the point where no one in an entire region was going to retail because they knew who was going to land there and that they knew they were going to lose the fight. Right? And that's just something that happens over the course of high-level lobbies, especially when you get into custom tournaments, is you know the skill level of the people on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's tough in a battle royale format like Fortnite, where the players are so good that even if you don't truly know, even if it's not Dubs, the reality is that almost anybody can kill you at any time when the players are all that good. Right? It's just a very different game.
Yes, exactly. So I see Tina. I scouted Tina. Saw she was over here. And so what I do here is, like, if I have an open slot, I need to carry the key card. So I throw my mini towards the vault because I'm going to swim back there anyways. Kill Tina, get the key card. And then I'm going to get 6 minis from the vault anyways. Literally I'm doing the same thing every game. Go get the key card. Now I'm looting vault. And I need a good game right here to come back and win the cash cup. So I'm like focused up. I'm like, all right, I got to win this game. Let me get stacked, get some mats, and then I'm out. Oh, I upgraded my shoddy this game. I remember I popped off late game this game. Alright, so that's like game 4 or something, game 5. Did literally the same strat. Waffles hid from me the whole time. Is this game 6? Oh, this is game 6. Alright, last game. Okay, so somebody 50-50s my drop. The only time I don't land at my drop and 50-50 it is if somebody has a better drop. So this kid has a better drop. So I have to land at the bottom of here. Now I'm looting up and I'm like, shit, this kid's gonna W key me. Because he tagged me for 60 white and he knows I'm like scuffed. Did I just rewind it? No. Okay, we're good. So that kid 50-50s me. Oh, look at this. Waffles doesn't even land rig. He doesn't even land rig. Game 6. He lands outside of rig and is all the way over there at the Slurpee houses. He doesn't even land here. Pretty sure this kid gets shit on. Wait, is my mic muted?
No, I've got you.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, this kid gets shit on. By the way, this is the kid that like had to do with making the video. I guess it's because I shit on him every game.
Yeah, I mean that kind of all says it right there, right? It's like for really anyone who wants to question why somebody would see dubs in a POI and not shoot him. I mean, it's a pretty simple question for you. Is like, would you want to fight dubs? Like, would you want to? And I don't even mean that in a cocky way. It's just truly ask yourself, like, if you're trying to do well in this competition and you know that that's dubs, like, is it in your best interest for you to fight him off spawn every game? Like, yeah, you might win some. You probably won't. But like, even if you do, to what end does that serve? He's gonna come back knowing that you wanted to fight him, probably be a little more aggressive, probably take more of your loot path now because he knows that if he doesn't, that you will. And it creates like a very different early game for anyone who's trying to be aggressive. And when you've got a player like Dubs, like anyone who's watching this knows how good Dubs is that it's if your goal in Fortnite is to win the match, and you wanted to add on to every single lobby that, yeah, I'm gonna have to fight dubs at one point in this game. Like, do you really think that's gonna help or hurt your chances?
Yeah. Yeah, like what Seabass is saying. Watch me shit on this kid. Watch this little one pump. This kid went in the montage. Watch this. Pissed on. Okay, so I thought Tina was here, and I thought that kid would have the key card, but he wasn't. He wasn't even here. So I guess I didn't see that Tina was on the reboot van when I was gliding in. But I saw builds over here, so I expected this kid to have the key card, so that's why I pushed that. And so now I'm scouting. I'm like, where the hell is Tina? I don't know where she is. I'm looking around. But I already had a pad at this point, so I was like, I don't even need Tina at this point. And then I saw her, and I was like, well, it's kind of
a free pad, really, when we talk about loot here, like, you've already got two of the biggest things you're ever going to look for, right? Which is a heavy sniper and a launch pad.
Yep.
So you're already in a great spot.
Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. I just wanted to show you guys my perspective and show you all the replays. That's pretty much it. And I just wanted to...
Yeah, I mean, I think we're... It's great that we were able to see all this. I think it's good that we were able to share some of that with everyone. Well, not share all of it, really, with everybody. And yeah, we'll just reiterate, it's definitely unfortunate. I mean, none of us were very, very happy to see that the decision that Epic had made. Obviously, it's in their right. It's their game. It's their IP. They can do what they want with it. We're not necessarily here to, demand that it be reduced. Obviously, we'd love that. But the point of this really was just to help show what a lot of people didn't see. Obviously, a video came out that didn't really give a full perspective on what had happened here. Hopefully, anyone who is watching has come away with a better understanding of the way that high-level games in Fortnite play out, and the different play styles that some players have, and how they can often be rewarded by choosing not to take fights, especially when they know the skill level of the other player who's landing there with them. But yeah, as it currently stands, we're not going to be able to see Danny play in the solo FNCS this upcoming couple weeks, and that's really tough for us, because we think he's one of the best solo players in the world, and we're definitely expecting him to do well. But that's, as far as we're concerned from FaZe Clan, that's the only repercussion that he's going to see. We've looked through everything. We obviously spoke to him extensively about this, and as far as we're concerned, there's no wrongdoing that took place here. So we'll leave it at that.
Yep, well said. All right, boys. I love you guys. And I also want to say, I'm not trying to bash Epic or anything like that. It's just frustrating. And I think Epic's doing a great job right now competitively with like 2-stage cash cups and all that. But yeah, boys, I'm going to end it there. I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon. All right, peace out, boys.